The following program is rated PG-16 and may contain material that parents find unsuitable for younger viewers. So parents, watch it first, but be warned, you might get hooked.
Hi, I'm Okunz. I'm a director, and this is my short in short.
My name is Tolu Ajayi, and you're watching Short in Short.
Okunz is an entertainer who directs films, writes articles, cracks jokes, do music, and yeah, that's about it. And draw cartoons. No. I've tried animations and I don't want to do it. It was a bit rough, but all that is stories of the past, you know. I was always doing creative things to keep me excited and not lonely. Yes, I went to University of Hertfordshire to do film and TV production, and it went well. Everything is good, and now I'm ready to do the film full time. I met Jadi Osiberu, who is like the CEO at the moment of Indani TV. I showed her a couple of my amateur videos. I showed her my write-ups. I pitched something to her, and she decided to give me an internship. And then I went for the internship. I learned a lot of things. I went for a lot of events, doing props man for a lot of work, and learned most things from Daniel Ifyong, and the technical parts of filming from Cargo Ideba. And yeah, eventually I gathered a lot of experience. I learned a lot of things. I did a lot of chores, and eventually I shot my short film. No, it's with Indani, because I initially had a lot of write-ups, and Indani was actually the first place, was actually the platform to put me there on the map, you know. And it all went well. And since after Indani, I've been doing things on my own and showing it to my teachers there for approval if it's good or not. So I'm still learning. The actors that inspire me are Ramsey Noah, Ime Bishop, Folu Storms, Genevieve, Stephanie Okereke, Brad Pitt, Johnny Depp. I have a couple of work where I say this is going to be the big thing. But still, I mean, from all my write-ups, there's one particular write-up I feel may open doors to many opportunities. As of now, there's a problem where there are not many child stars in Nigeria. And everyone in film these days are grown-ups. So I was thinking from my write-ups, I did a character breakdown of every character I had in my high school and how things were for us. And in the long run, I found out that this thing may actually be a selling factor. That was actually the initial pitch I gave to Indani TV, where I became a writer, and where I said, okay, this is what we need to do. A good location for it will be White Sands School. And yeah, so far, until that work is done, I think that TV series I'll do of students is going to show the best of my work as a writer and director. Yes, Chimamanda is definitely the only writer, because most times when I read books based on psychology and books based on people's accomplishments, like an Albert Einstein autobiography and things like that. And so far, I took time out to read books from Bobo Motaya and Chimamanda, and I love Chimamanda's writing a lot. I'm even planning on working with her later in the future, because I feel right now I'm trying to get some information based on Queen Amina of Zaria, and I feel Chimamanda will do justice to that as a writer, despite my part as a director. And like I tell people, film is make-believe. So if you see a movie tomorrow of Queen Amina of Zaria, you could still see a bit of fiction, but at the end of the day, people will still believe that it's true, because, hey, a writer wrote it and was able to put it into play. Not at the moment. Many people say I should act, that I have a flamboyant behavior and all, but yeah, so I usually do a lot of things behind the camera, because I try to direct actors on getting different emotions right, making them putting them in character. So, and yeah, so far I feel many people have told me I can act. I'm like, okay, maybe I should give it a shot. But now, most likely, comic acting is going to be my standpoint. Like that of Ime Bishop, Mr. Ibu, Charles Inoje, Victor Oswago, and Osofia. All of them have their own styles of, and Francis Odega. They have their styles of making people laugh and all. And my own style really just being myself. I gesticulate a lot. I could call myself a hand actor. Or certain things I say and certain expressions I put up. So far, I think, going in as an actor could work for me. But for now, I haven't acted yet. Charles Inoje in Pool Divers. Yeah, my take on actors that direct or directors that act is that these people bring out the best from actors, because there are many ways an actor could portray a certain character, but a director would know what message and how that character should be. So instead of having a director who just goes behind the camera and tells the people what to do, this director is actually making many takes until an actor gets the character in the right place. Yes. And I think that's where my strength as a director lies. Well, I like Michael Bay. All-time favorite director, I don't think I know of any yet that I can say is my favorite. But although I still respect the work from Desmond Elliott for sure, being indigenous, because all Desmond Elliott's works that have been under his Denziot Productions have been very great to my expectation. Yes, my inspirations are drawn from people's stories and also my story. I feel there are many things not only I have experienced in life, but many other people have, but nobody has actually spoken out about it. So I'm going to focus more on deep stories and also blend other people's stories. I'm writing a new short film called The Weed Experience. I've never taken weed before, but I've chosen to. As I heard one of my friends speak about his weed experience, and I got a tape recorder recording everything he said. And as of now, I've almost finished the script on his weed experience. And I feel from my research online, many people may just talk about it, but no one has actually done it in form of film. And that's a project I'm working on. Yeah, We the Party by Mario Van Peebles. It was a movie that had Snoop Dogg, YG, a couple of students, and a lot of interesting things went on there. Now, I don't usually watch movies more than once, but if I find myself watching a movie more than 5 times, it's because I'm trying to gather some inspiration to watch it. But for now, We the Party by Mario Van Peebles is the movie. My short film is about 4 minutes, 20 seconds, and it was based on, when I was younger, I felt there was so much, I had so much hate for girls. I felt jealous because I see that there's so much that happens to their advantage that don't happen to men's advantage. So I decided to write something that could pass the message, whereby let people see that for very little reasons a woman can leave a man. So my story is based on the fact that the woman involved left the man because he had many issues like smoking, drinking, and disobeying orders. And instead of his wife fighting through his problems with him, she decided to leave him alone to carry his cross. As at that time, they were shooting the first episode of Giddy Up Season 2. So there was a lot of noise, but we were able to conquer that. And secondly, there wasn't much challenges because I was working with a group of professionals. But so really that was the only challenge, and I feel the person, although the main actor snubbed me a bit because he felt my writing was not captivating enough. But yeah, that was it. So that's what made me to end up doing the narration for the short film. Shout out to Kago Edebo for being my DOP and adding more ideas to my write-up. Shout out to Folu Storms and Daniel Efyong for being my actors and my mentors. Shout out to Jadi Osiberu and the entire Ndani crew for showing much love to me. there used to be a website where the level of acceptance is, I think I'll just judge it based on people's reviews. There are many people that may not really understand film, so they will just say, hey, it's nice, yeah. But there were actually some people that critiqued it well, and I uploaded it for some online festival thing, and it was given a 3.5 out of 5. They said that I, as a writer, did not put the story together in a better way, but the scores that were used were enough to tell the emotion that was attached to the film. The message I was trying to pass across was, in general, many men should study their wives, even if they are in a very good economic state, a financial state, or any other state that may be good that your wife is staying with you. There's a way you could approach her that will not make her to see you in that manner. And the moment she doesn't leave you, even in your trying times, you know that she's the right person. Or else, there's a possibility she could leave you when you need her the most. On Facebook, I go by the name Okunz Xavier. On Twitter, I go by the name Osmanovsky X, and on Gmail, I use okunz.osayande@gmail.com. Well, based on all what I've said previously on the whole relationship factor, now that I've brought more light to what the story is about, as you watch it, you're going to understand the story better. So just try to relate what I've said previously to what you're about to see. Hi, I'm Charles, a man with bad habits. I just needed to smoke. I was stressed. Those warnings mean nothing to me. Sometimes rules must be broken.
Why are you doing this?
Don't be stupid, Charles. Why do you think? If you hadn't lost your job, maybe you'd be eating right now. 3 weeks. 3 weeks? How could you be so stupid?
I thought you said it'd be better for us.
Don't give me that. I was there. They were my vows too. I loved you. Don't touch me. I love you. I'm sorry.
it's barely been a year.
Weeks, how could you be so stupid?
Dear Eki, I love you and I need you now more than ever. I'm still fighting my demons, but fighting without you is so difficult. Please come back home. Let's fight and win together. Yeah, what you just saw, I believe you understand now why, that this man was in a bad financial state from the type of phone he was using compared to his wife. And as you also saw, his wife fled with another man. And instead of sending a text or something, he was so confused, he didn't know what to do. He took a drink and began to write, even though it's no longer existing. Nobody really writes letters anymore, but he chose to do that out of confusion. Thank you for listening to me, viewers. And the Okunz you see here has been called a comedian, a musician, an actor, a film director. In fact, I really don't know where to place myself. But as at the moment, I'm cooking something interesting for viewers and aspiring actors, or in general, aspiring entertainers, including event managers, called Illusions VIP. So in the long run, very soon, once it's out, I would promote it. So just look out for it. It's going to be a platform where film producers can upload, do crowdfunders. It's also a platform whereby any entertainer in any trade can be shown on there. So any talent that is being looked for, instead of having manual auditions like this, people can watch their auditions online and go for it. So audition postings are going to be there, jobs are going to be there, and a lot of affiliate marketing. So thank you.